Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Zach with Zach Attack Cards. Welcome back to yet another card show recap review for you today, where I went to another local card show. Ended up with some nice pickups, definitely more so around the normal amount than some of the previous videos I've done for you guys. This was pretty much the standard card show. There was a lot of nice dealers there. They were trying to say about 70 dealers there. I think it was closer to 50 myself, but really nice. Definitely enough people there shopping to hopefully encourage them to have it there again. And it was just another like nice wide open space that was really helpful. There was no running into each other, which is something I absolutely hate when I go to these shows. I like to have a little bit of elbow room when I'm looking through stuff, but yeah, great show. Like I said, overall experience was awesome. A lot of faces I've seen before, and it was just great getting the deals done. I think I ended up spending close to the 150 I normally do. I think it was close to or closer to 135, something like that. So that's what I tend to go with. I never really go with the intention of buying a big card. And that's really what I did here. This was a lot of kind of filling in the holes when it came to, some of the rookies. So I got it broken down. This was just a guy that had a bunch in Ultra Pros and stuff like that, kind of ready for grading or whatever that he was selling. A bunch more baseball, a small stack of football, and then we'll get you on out of here. But for starters, we got ourselves a nice Walker Bueller. Really nice shape. This is from, what is this? It's Topps Archives. Yeah, this is just a gorgeous example of the Topps Archives product. And Walker Bueller is, I think he's going to be a stud. He's 28 years of age, a little over 13 WAR, and he's having a nice year. So we'll have to see again when all things are all said and done. Corey Seager, once again, if there's one constant in my card show pickups, I think it's probably Corey Seager. This is his Donruss rated rookie. And again, he's good. He's consistent. He's having an excellent first year down in Texas. 28 years of age, a little over 23, heading towards 24. Career WAR. So he's got plenty of time to make the necessary jump that he needs in order to eventually make it to the Hall. Moving on to Kyle Tucker. Love the old, 93 Topps look to it. And Kyle Tucker is a special player, man. And it's hard to stand out on a team that's as good as the Astros top to bottom. I mean, they have so much offensive talent, and this kid's right there. He's really good. Again, real young, 25 years of age, already a little over 11 WAR. So we'll have to see if he can maintain that. He's got the ability to hit the long ball, but he also hits for a decent average. So what more can you ask for? Trevor Bauer, this is his rookie debut. A little bit of a controversial character, so we won't say too much about him outside of the fact that you're not going to be seeing him for some time due to the ban that he has. But at last check, he was at 21 WAR, sitting at 31 years of age, so probably not going to have the stats required for the Hall. And now I picked up a Matt Harvey, who's just another name that was really big around here. You guys know that I live in the New York, New Jersey area, and Matt Harvey mania was taken over a few years ago. And since then, he became an O's player and was handed down a 60-game ban because he supposedly was the guy that supplied drugs to another player who, then overdosed and unfortunately passed away. So, yeah, two relatively controversial players there, but some nice rookies I still wanted to add to the box. Moving right along, we got ourselves a crossover talent here y'all might know, Michael Jordan. A little hard to get a decent shot on that, as it's very reflective, but this is his super well-known Upper Deck Rookies card. Basically the exact same, the set that you can find the Alex Rodriguez rookie that's super well-known. So anyway, y'all know the story with him. he could very well be the greatest of all time when it comes to basketball. Probably is, but at the end of the day, he didn't really do too much in his baseball career, and in fact was pretty well known for actually being pretty laughably bad. And I think it was actually pretty cool of him to allow that to be made fun of in the movie Space Jam, the original Space Jam. So Vlad Guerrero Jr. here, another guy who's been relatively constant on my channel when it comes to these card show recaps. I like to pick up as many of his rookies as I can because he's just a super fun guy to watch. And I think he's a guy who's going to end up hitting 40 home runs every year. It's just a matter of how long his career is going to be. He's a guy that's proving to be relatively durable so far, but he's also still quite young. He's only 23 years of age, and he's sitting at about 12 career WAR. So we'll see what happens. Now we got a nice triplets here of my boy Cedric Mullins. Love the Topps Chrome. Ended up getting the regular base Topps Chrome, the X-Fractor, and then this is the insert from the same set of Topps Chrome, obviously. The 1984 kind of reprint, whatever you want to call it, style of card. But I think he's a guy that is pretty much always going to be looking at that 30-30 number, 30 home runs, 30 stolen bases. We'll just have to see if he can capture it once again. He's having, a relatively strong year with the O's. He's hovering around a 9 WAR at the age of 27, so definitely some time. He's definitely still has youth on his side to see if he can eventually make it into the Hall. Same with Brandon Lau, another guy that very constant when it comes to what I buy. And Bowman's Best is just such a phenomenal set. Look at how gorgeous that card is. But not really back to the same form that he was last year when he hit 39 home runs. So we'll have to see if that's just a long-term bet that never pays off, or who knows. Rafael Devers, I thought it was criminally insane that this guy was only looking to get $2 for this card when this is the third baseman in the American League. I mean, no other name to me comes to mind when it comes to who the best third baseman is in the American League. This guy, he can really do it all. He's 26 years of age. He's got about a 15 WAR. Obviously, he was the starter for the American League. And I just think he's going to have a very strong case for the Hall when it's all said and done. Speaking of the Hall, Frank Thomas. This is the 1990 score. I believe their sets were called Traded. Was it Scores Traded or something like that? Because this was not in the base score set, but this is his rookie card. It's a little harder to get because obviously it came in that little kind of, I don't even know what they really called them, like they had Final Edition with Upper Deck and Topps Traded and all that kind of stuff. This was just Scores version, and they had a rookie Frank Thomas. And again, I think I paid $1 or $2 for that. Going to pay that all day long. I mean, guy's a bona fide Hall of Famer. Alex Verdugo. I thought this card was incredibly awesome looking too. Rookie of the Year favorites from Bowman Chrome. It's just such a beautiful card, man. And not to mention that it's so clear. Like if you look close, you can see the faces of the people in the background, which is kind of incredible, I thought. But I love me some Doogie. I only call him that ever since I found out that was his nickname via Donruss, and then later I did hear him call that in a game. So he's an awesome player, though. Like I said, the hustle that he showed when his teammates showed absolutely none was that's a good enough case for me. I love players that hustle, and I think Alex Verdugo is definitely a special player on a not so good Boston Red Sox team. He's sitting at about a 7.5 WAR, and he's only 26 years of age. I think he's only going to get better. On to Dustin May, Topps Chrome rookie. Just a base. Didn't have it. Have a lot of his rookie cards, so figured I might as well pick up his Topps Chrome base. I know that, unfortunately, he's having a rough start to his career when it comes to the injuries, but when he does play, he is pretty darn successful. So he's 25 years old. He's a little less than 2 WAR. So, and here's Jaron Duran, Bowman Chrome. This is his first Bowman card. Like I said, not a ton of great things to say about him after he didn't hustle, but I think he's definitely a guy that a lot of people are kind of stashing and thinking that he's going to be a pretty solid player in the years to come. So we will have to see. You know, as it is right now, last I checked, he didn't even have 1 WAR. He was still underneath 1 WAR, but 25 years of age, again, still quite young. Lourdes Gurriel Jr., rookie, again, Topps Chrome. You can see here I picked up a bunch of just base Topps Chrome rookies that I knew I didn't have just to fill in the holes. But yeah, he's a really good player on the Blue Jays. I've seen them play a number of times this year. And thus far, I think they lost to the Astros, but they beat the Yanks. Unfortunately, they beat my O's when I saw them play. So, you know, the Blue Jays are a pretty good team. I think that there's a chance they definitely sneak into the playoffs. And this is one of the reasons why. He's a good player. He's got a real good average. He doesn't really get the power numbers, but definitely has a strong average. He's sitting at 7.4 WAR, and he's about 28 years of age. So, you know, you kind of want to be a little more ahead of that if you want to be on pace, I think, to make it to the Hall. But just a very good player that could end up in the Hall of Very Good. On to Gavin Lux. This is a guy who's been relatively underwhelming this year, especially after a pretty solid rookie year, I'd say. But he's only got 5 WAR, sitting at about 25 years of age. So he's right there with the guys like Jordan Alvarez and stuff like that. And you know, unfortunately, when you compare him to a Jordan Alvarez who's coming up next, Alvarez is a much, much better player. Alvarez is at 11 WAR, 11 and a half WAR, 25 years of age, and he's killing it again this year. That's why I picked this up. Again, it was $1, $2, can't remember at the moment, but I'm pretty sure I already have it. But at the end of the day, it seems like he's going to be a perennial, MVP candidate every year. So, I mean, kind of hard to pass on that. And next we got a pair of Andrew Benintendi rookies. So the last one there being his rookie debut from Topps, and the top one being just his regular old Bowman. Figured I might as well pick these up. He was having a very strong year in Kansas City. Come on over to the Yankees, and unfortunately, like a lot of the Yankees pickups, has been very... very ineffectual for the team, but I think he picks it up. I think he'll end up definitely helping the Yankees in the playoffs. I doubt there's any way that they actually fall out of the playoffs, but it's definitely a chance they don't get the AL East crown if they keep playing the way they are. But he's at about a 15 WAR, 28 years of age, so again, strong stats. Jacques Peterson's rookie debut. This is another year that I just really loved the front of the cards. I would definitely not be against it if they wanted to bring a style similar to this back, maybe for 23, 24, who knows. Just kind of gives you something a little more to look at, a little more eye appeal to it. So, Jacques Peterson, he's kind of a journeyman, but he's got a couple of World Series titles at this point. So he's one of those guys that he's kind of always, he may not be the guy, but he's always a guy on a strong club. And it definitely helps, He's got an 11 WAR. He's sitting about 30 years of age. So, who knows? Maybe if he keeps accumulating World Series titles, he'll still make the Hall. Doc Gooden. As I've said in a previous video, I read his autobiography. It was fantastic. Sometimes it was incredibly sad. And I've been on the lookout for his rookies. Couldn't pass this up for $3. I know, everybody's looking at this right now and going, man, the centering on that's off. It's not great, blah, blah, blah. But I didn't have it. I figured I might as well pick it up, add it to the rookie box. If I get a better one at some point, then I'll just swap it out. I don't have a problem with doing that. And I think it's something everybody should do. It's maybe not a great policy for, let's say you're getting Mike Trout, his big rookie, right? You probably don't want to get that one, super off center because it's probably still going to cost you quite a premium, and there may not be, too many chances to get better ones. So, when it comes to cards like this that are just a few dollars, pick them up and then just replace them if you ever end up with a better one or even a better deal on one. So everybody knows the deal with Doc. Had a lot of trouble with the drugs, but before that he was lights out, man. He's got a 53 career WAR and 194 victories, but unfortunately his demons, I think, are going to keep him from ever making it into the Hall. And now we got a pair of top prospects here. Blaze Jordan and Henry Davis first Bowmans. Just paper. Didn't have either of these, but they're both highly touted rookies. I'm not telling you something you guys don't already know, I'm sure. Henry Davis is 18th overall on MLB.com for prospects, whereas Blaze Jordan, unfortunately, has fallen down to 6th overall in the Red Sox system alone. So at one time he was very highly touted, and I think he still has the ability to be a star, but he's definitely had a few setbacks in the minors this year. And we're finishing up. We got an Ozzie Albies Topps Chrome. This is the All-Star Game kind of, not sure what they call it. I mean, it's just part of the set, but clearly you can see the All-Star Game insignia down there instead of the Braves. And it's just a real nice version of this card. There's no issues with the scratches or anything like that, so wanted to add it to the box. He's sitting at 15 WAR, a little over 15 WAR, 25 years of age. Here's to hoping he makes it back for the playoffs if the Braves end up making some noise. And Corey Seager. This is just another, I've already talked about Corey Seager a little bit because I picked up another one of his cards, and I've picked this card up before, but again, $1.50. I really like the kid. I think he's got a real strong career ahead of him, as he's already proven in his young career here. But now let's move on to some football. Just a few, and then we'll get you all on out of here. So, for starters, we got a Topps Chrome Tevin Coleman. Nothing major here, just a rookie that I needed. You guys know I've explained before the approximate value of a player, is the AV, and essentially it's football's answer to WAR. And at the moment, it's roughly about 100 to get into the Hall. There's definitely some guys that are over that are not, but let's just use that because that seems to be the accepted measurement when it comes to determining the chances at the Hall. So Tevin Coleman's got a 36 AV at 29 years of age, so he's probably not going to end up eclipsing the 100 he needs to get in, just because he's already 29, and everybody knows that running backs get just ran into the ground and have a very short career typically. And look no further than a David Johnson, who's 31 years of age now. Nobody's even picked him up that I'm aware of yet. I have to double check that, but he's got just a 46 average value. So yeah, again, another guy that doesn't look like he's going to end up in Canton anytime soon. Now we got a nice string of wide receivers, rookies here. So this is a Topps Chrome Jarvis Landry. Absolutely in incredible condition, and I was going to pay $1 for this any day of the week. He's got a 65 average value, or approximate value, and he's 29 years of age. We'll have to see what he can do with the Saints this year, but definitely on his way to perhaps the Hall. Amari Cooper, former Dallas Cowboy. Don't really want to spend a whole lot of time with him because still kind of heartbreaking that we only had him for couple of years. I thought he was going to be with us for a while, but alas, salary cap issues happened, and he was just a guy that we dealt for next to nothing. So anyway, 58 AV, and he's 28 years of age. So if I had to guess, he's about halfway. Definitely needs to have 4, 5, 6 more strong years to make the Hall. Mike Evans, this is another guy that is, I don't see how anyone would pass on paying $1 for his rookie. He's perhaps the best of all. I mean, there's still one more guy coming that's a little bit better than him, but 74 AV, 29 years of age, obviously with the Tampa Bay Bucks. We'll see, he'll probably be a focal point again this year of the offense and Tom Brady. Here's DeAndre Hopkins. This is the second time I've seen this card and picked it up. Just a Topps regular paper rookie. He's at an 85 AV and he's 30 years of age. Obviously plays for the Cardinals and he'll be suspended to start the year, so I'll have to see just how productive he ends up being. But he's already extremely close to the Hall of Fame numbers that he needs, so I don't have too much of a doubt that he'll make it. Then we got Devontae Adams, 77 AV at 29 years of age, and he's going to be in his first year with the Raiders. We'll have to see if all of his success was because of Aaron Rodgers or not. I don't think so. I think teaming up with this guy here, a guy that they played together in college and had a pretty good rapport, I think they're going to do very well together. With that said, Derek Carr, obviously, Topps Platinum, very nice rookie, $2. Worth $2. I mean, it's worth $2 to me. So his AV is 88, and he's 31 years of age, so he's pretty close to Hall of Fame numbers as well. And finishing on a Sam Darnold rated rookie. Now, I realize this guy is likely not going to be the starter with the Panthers, especially since they've acquired Baker Mayfield. But we'll have to see. Maybe there's a chance he gets some play time and he can get back into things. But boy, has he fallen. He went from being one of the most pro-ready quarterbacks to, being jettisoned off of the Jets not too long into his career. So he's got a 23 AV and he's 25 years old. So age is definitely on his side. It's just a matter of whether or not anybody is going to take another chance on him or not. And that's pretty much all I got for you here. I mean, that's a pretty nice amount of pickups. Nothing here really costed more than... I don't think I ended up paying the $4 for Devontae Adams. I think he was probably the highest stickered price on anything. So, just good stuff. It was an awesome show. Can't wait to go back to it. Hopefully they'll have it again. I think it's supposed to be at the end of September or something like that. So I'll definitely be on the lookout. And if I do, I'll bring you guys another video. Well, with that said, that brings another one to a close. If you want to see more like this, please go ahead and drop me a like, drop me a subscribe below, drop me a comment, let me know what your favorite pickup was, and I will see you all next time. Peace.